There is a story about a couple that was out to celebrate their 40th wedding anniversary. Both the man and the wife was 60 years old. An angel appeared to them and said, "What would you like for your anniversary?" The wife said, she said, "I've never traveled. I'd love to travel." The angel flashed his sword, and instantly in her hand were 2 tickets for a round-the-world cruise. It was the man's turn. He took the angel aside and said, "I'd really like to be married to someone who is 30 years younger than I am." Immediately, the angel flashed his sword, and instantly the man was 90 years old. And that's the man I'm speaking about today. The man and the family. This is message number 3 in a series of messages entitled Fighting for Your Family. And we do have to fight today because the enemies of the family are huge. In fact, in the future messages, I'm going to talk about the enemies inside the home and the enemies outside the home and inside the home. My, how we have to fight. But today I'm talking about dads. And remember, in this series of message, we're expecting transformation. Even as we prayed during our day of prayer and fasting, we prayed for prodigals. We prayed for those who had addictions. And as you pray and seek God, we're going to pray for restoration and help within your family, and things will be different. The miracle within us and the miracle that other people also need. God is able, and we're trusting Him for that. Before I begin, I want to remind you of the pain of the fatherlessness in our home. Remember that 20 million children will go to bed tonight with only one parent in the home, probably the mother. There'll be no father. David Meese wrote, "Sometimes at night I lie awake, longing inside for my father's embrace. Sometimes at night I wander downstairs, pray he'll return, but no one was there. Oh, how I cried, a child all alone, waiting for him to come home. My father's chair sat in an empty room, my father's chair covered with sheets of gloom. My father's chair, through all the years and all the tears, I cried in vain. There was no one there in my father's chair." Hear their cry. At the end of this message, I'm going to be giving practical advice to all of us, whether we're fathers, whether we're single, whether we're mothers, in terms of restoration. This is critical, absolutely critical. Now, I don't need to delineate for you, do I, the great consequences of fatherlessness. In fact, obviously, kids who grew up without a father are more susceptible to sexuality at early ages, drugs, and all of the other things